found this spot a few days ago, and it's in my neighborhood. I just like to take different streets so that I can discover new spots and new paths, so that I don't get too used to any one path, if that makes sense. The wind's picking up. It's been a hot day today. I'm just listening to some music. You know, when I feel down, I don't typically like to go and listen to sad music to kind of feed that, because I realized that when I was younger, not too much younger, that I would always have these playlists designed for sad times. So that would kind of create a need for a sad time in order to have a use for these playlists. So lately, you know, you go down memory road, memory lane, and you start digging through these feelings that are familiar from past relationships that have, you know, changed, dissolved, moved along, whatever it is. The only thing in this life that's for certain is that everything changes, and impermanence is the only sure thing. But every season has its end. When one season ends, another one begins. But sometimes that cusp between seasons is a difficult one to navigate, because we're going back and forth between these seasons. You might have an Indian summer, you might have January like we had this year. So I've been feeling a little down and out lately because of a relationship of mine that's kind of changed in a way. And even though sometimes we know that what's happening is for the best, or it's what's meant to be, or whatever the words are that we choose to use to make understanding of a change in a relationship, it's important to understand that we're always alone, even when we're with other people in a relationship, a friendship. At the end of the day, when you're sleeping, you're inside your own mind, you're inside your own soul. So take good care of yourself. Things change. It's easy for me to feel the feels right now because I'm still not completely through what I'm going through. And I probably never will be completely. It's important to not just bounce around from one situation to another, though. It's important to let yourself heal. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Let yourself heal. Let yourself become reaccustomed to your solitude. And yes, I encounter people every day. I ran into a friend of mine today that I hadn't seen in over a year. I ran into his wife a couple days ago. But I really just value my own space, and that's something I'm grateful for, is that I have the ability to create my own space. On the flip side, if you're with somebody, it's nice that you have a connection and a partnership, but you really don't have your own space. So either way, it's a trade. Listening to some songs, a playlist that I will never send, a playlist that I will never post, just songs that make me feel the feels, but also moving forward. It always feels like our first love is our last, and our last love is our first true love. So things will change, things will evolve. The feelings of bitterness and jealousy and wonder and frustration will go away eventually. Hopefully, they seem to. And then you're right back where you've always been, with yourself, sitting with yourself, and learn to really love yourself. I'm saying this to me, Angelo, learn to really love yourself. You know? People don't see the world like I see it. Even the people that I had hoped at one point would love and appreciate me for exactly who I am. One thing I will speak on, though, and this is important, I need to share this, is that when someone asks you for space, always give them that space. Don't crowd them, that will just push them further away. But also, when is it enough space that they just don't want to be with you anymore and they're waiting for you to end the relationship? I think communication is so important, especially with someone that you've known a while and that you trust. And for me, being with somebody who I had known for a few years and I thought we were pretty solid, when I was told, like out of the blue seemingly, that the space was needed, I can postulate all the reasons why, and it was never really talked through and communicated, because we really have to get vulnerable and talk out our feelings without, feeling like we're going to offend somebody, but also standing our truth and standing with love. So I was told that, but someone told me, well, I need space. Okay, I'll honor that. Give the space. 18 days later, hadn't heard from them, and I thought we were together. So giving space is not saying I don't want to be with you anymore, but when you disappear for 18 days, to me, that's really saying I don't want to be with you anymore. So there it was. And so sometimes other people don't want to take the responsibility for a relationship ending. It's really mutual always. But if I want to not be with someone anymore, I'm just going to say, it's over, baby. It's over. Let's move on. I love you, but goodbye. And that's what I did after 18 days. Broke my heart because I don't want to do that. I did not want to do that. But you want to be with someone who fights for the relationship. Not necessarily fights with you, but someone that will do whatever it takes to make it work. And if they're not invested in themselves or you, then you need to let that shit go. And that's the way it goes. Have enough self-respect that you're not going to fight for something that the other person's not willing to fight for. And maybe fight's not the right word. Maybe it's try, maybe it's effort, maybe it's, lay it all on the line. Because if you don't want to be with someone, just be honest and say, look, I don't want to be with you anymore. That's the best way to be. Honesty, be forthright, and remember the first agreement. Be impeccable with your word always. The other ones, don't take anything personal, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. Have a great day, you guys. Much love and light. Peace.